pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. On the Philly sideline, there's head coach Nick Sirianni. His guys coming in, winning 3 of their last 4 games. On the other side, Commanders head coach Dan Quinn. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Nice move by Lewis. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Let's go.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 30-yard.
Here's Cook again. A beautiful fake. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. And he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio is pretty good. They're trying to eliminate the interception. He wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Getting to the ball that time was Jeremy Chin. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
A gain of 12 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's go now.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Montana. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Nice move by Lewis. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Brings up
Brady.
At the 39-yard line.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
Throwing now is Brady. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Brady. Staying on his feet. And he's got his man in stride, complete. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
That's another Eagles first down. A gain of 12.
A quick throw by Brady, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. The numbers for Gibbs from last week, 9 carries, 85 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
They will look to throw. Montana. Short throw complete to Gronkowski. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Shotgun. Here's Montana. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You look at this Eagle defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
First and 10.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Rifles one complete into the hands of Gronkowski. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Operating out of the gun, here's Montana. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they could be set up for the first and goal.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they go to work on a first and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Let's go.
Montana. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jahmyr Gibbs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And Washington has taken the lead. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talk this about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Aubrey now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Here's one deep for Pickens. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw, it's Brady. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Here's Brady to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Folk. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To throw is Montana. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
That's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Brady going to throw. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Eagles, 1st down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Eagles.
Now Cook running right. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. 2nd and 9.
At the 34-yard line.
Now Brady. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Brady. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal, Philadelphia.
Cook is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Now Folk for the extra point.
Nick Folk for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. Oh, he's got a man open. It's caught. And he's going to be brought down, but the double pass worked to perfection. A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Montana to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now back to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 27 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
That 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Aubrey now for the PAT. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way.
Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Brady's pass intercepted. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Now the first carry here for the running back. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 29-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
35-yard line.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go with the keeper. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here now, 2nd and 4. Pickens going in motion left. Here's Brady. Completes this one to Pickens. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Always enjoy this time of year. Saturday NFL football, so let's get into it. Our look around the NFL starts now. In the Pacific Northwest, the Seahawks at home to take on the Rams in the NFC West. And when you need the tough yards, give it to Knuckles, David Montgomery. He'll take this one in from 2 yards out. With that, let's give you a look here at the current playoff picture. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now Montana. And this is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From just shy of midfield, Montana caught along the left side by Hyatt. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Deion Henley in there to bring him down.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Brady delivers on the crosser to McBride. And he's brought down. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Give to Cook out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
3rd and 2.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. This from 54 yards away. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, our field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And the Washington offense heading out. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now he's going to step up and run. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
2nd and 5. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau. Just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Well, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Auburn now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A ball under 32. It's 2nd and 2. To throw is Brady. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
1st and 10.
Brady now to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A short one here, caught by McBride. The gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now.
Brady. In trouble, and he's taken down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
3rd and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The Folks kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Washington offense set to take over. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. They got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. Pushing his way through. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 of the first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the ball. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the first down. Now these guys might hesitate to count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Bronco 80. Ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Montana. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is indeed good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now the Eagles down by 11. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. And a loose football. And it looks like, yes, the Commanders have it.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
The previous play is under review.
And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Brady. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Now the ball comes loose, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Time not on their side. They've got 1 timeout, the 2-minute warning to work with as well, but they need points. 1st and 10. Now Brady. Got an open man, it's Pickens. Here's a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Here's second down. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Brady. Finding Pickens for another catch. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line.
Another Eagles first down.
To throw, it's Brady. And he's got his man on the out route. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Brady. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. Now let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery. I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd and 4.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So now it's the Eagles' turn, trailing by a field goal. A little over a minute to go. Back to throw, Brady. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
Brady's pass.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Now Brady. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
It's a gain of 6.
Brady to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
Brady's pass.
At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw is Brady. He's got Pickens complete. And he will get out of bounds. That stops the clock, but 2-yard gains definitely not what you're looking for at this juncture.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw. He's got McBride. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. He'll look to throw. Goes right back to McBride. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Back to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Washington, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia,